Hi everybody, my name is David O'Sullivan. I'm with a company called PW Trenchless Construction. But I'm here speaking today on behalf of NESTT BC, the British Columbia chapter of the Trenchless Association. For the last 7-10 years I have been working with the consulting companies of British Columbia and the cities of British Columbia and demonstrating to them what we call Trenchless, what was Trenchless 101. I've kind of changed it right now to Trenchless Tapas. So it gives you a flavour of the different types of trenchless technologies that are available in British Columbia. By the way, the picture that you're seeing right now there is actually a picture of Havana, and you can see the details that Havana pays to trenchless technologies or to any kind of trenchless, and that's with an open cut trench sitting there for months. So let's go back and look at what are we doing. When we talk about pipe rehabilitation, what are we actually looking at? Well, first of all, we've got to define what a pipe is. A pipe really is a threefold type structure. It is a vessel that contains a liquid, so it acts like a tank, if you want to do it that way. It is a conduit that transports liquid, so like a moving liquid. And then it's a structure that maintains a tunnel in the ground. Any one of those three elements of a pipe can fail, but the other two elements could be in still very good shape. And so the whole reason, the whole rationale of the industry of rehabilitation trenchless technology is to work with the good parts of the remaining of those three items and rehabilitate the one section or the two sections that have failed. And so that's really what rehabilitation is all about. Today we're going to address some of those items. So rehabilitation. Today we're going to on the first half of this, we're going to cover 5 or 6 different types of rehabilitation. One is CIPP, which is cast in place pipe, fold and form, Primus, which is a brand name for a product, but it's a liner type, a slip liner type product, slip lining, culvert rehabilitation, and then sprayed on cementatious liners on the insides of concrete pipes. CIPP. CIPP is a rehabilitation of an existing pipe. It is it's a trenchless way to get the pipe back into a situation whereby it can carry water, number one. Number two, that it acts as a vessel. CIPP can be designed in such a way that it will structurally hold the material out completely without relying on the existing structure. Depending on the size of the pipe and the diameter of the pipe, you may incorporate the existing structure in, or you may just abandon the existing structure and use it as a form to put CIPP in. CIPP is a fiberglass type sock made either out of felt or woven material, impregnated with resin. It's inserted into the existing pipe either through air pressure or through water, depending on the process. And then the resin is heated, or the process is heated up to cause the resin to heat up, and the resin essentially kicks or starts to harden. It's designed a closed fit product in that it tightly fits inside the existing pipe. CIPP is probably the only trenchless process that is both manufactured by you, the consultant or city, and installed all in one process. So therefore it's very important that you, the consultant, know exactly what you're doing when you're dealing with CIPP, because most of the processes we get pipe delivered to us by a manufacturer, and that manufacturer is certified under CSA or AWWA. In this case, you are specifying the process. The process of a CIPP is that it comes as a felt or a fiberglass type sock. It is brought to a plant. It has a saran wrap or plastic type of wrapping on the very outside. It goes through a roller process or on a table process with a roller on there and a vacuum on there. You create a vacuum on the inside. Of course, when you've got as I said, your saran wrap is causing a seal on the outside. So you're creating a vacuum on the inside. Then you introduce resin just upstream of that, a big ball of resin. and then that resin impregnates the fiberglass and or the felt. Then that is all pulled through a set of rollers. Now the rollers are set up such that you designate or you design the wall thickness of the pipe to give you the thickness that you require. In other words, you require a DR27, and let's say it's got a 20 millimeter wall. Then you set the rollers apart, 20 by 20 plus 2 is 40, plus 2 or 3 millimeters extra, so about 42 millimeters apart. That gives you the thickness of the pipe. It's very important that you are there inspecting that. Obviously you don't want any whiteouts and spots in there where there's no resin in there, and also that the quality of the resin is up to par. You can see in this picture here the resin impregnated fiberglass is on the inside of a piece of PVC pipe. You can see this closed fit. You can see on the lower side about 5 o'clock, you can see the seam where they stitch the tube together when they're making the tube up. And so on that inside there, you will see that that's got the PVC, if you want, is on the saran wrap is on the inside, whereas the resin, wet felt, is out against the host pipe, and that resin can impregnate out into the PVC pipe or other types of pipe to make a bond in there.